Good morning, all you happy people. It is Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. Last week of February, guys. Ain't even a full week. Friday's the 1st. So, want to talk about currency. And I know I've done a few videos about them, but you can never talk too much about it. So, the government makes currency. It issues a denomination, serial number, and that's it. Each piece of paper is unique in its serial number, but it is among thousands or millions in its denomination. But aside from the fact that you can write your grocery list on it like any other piece of paper, it only has the value that we as the general populace and society give it. How many $1 bills will buy a bottle of Coke? How many dollar bills will buy a steak? How many dollar bills will pay for the repairs on your home or car? On up the ladder, guys. But there's a unique thing about money and a unique thing about people. Money, in order to make it more recognizable, less forgeable, or less ability for counterfeiting, mints and such create artwork on the money, coins as well as paper money, that give it a uniqueness. They put ridges on the edges of coins to keep people from shaving them. They put watermarks on dollar bills to keep them from being copied. Things like that. But throughout history, let's go with a more modern take of history. When we started having collections, and people would collect stamps because they were pretty, they were artistic. They had ducks on them and all kind of other stuff. Money is also such a thing. When a few years back, the U.S. Mint started making state coins, federal coins, but they'd have like a state seal or a state, bird or something with that state's slogan or something like that stamped into the back of the quarter. How many of those coins were taken out of circulation for collections? Hell, you could even buy folders that you could keep in your car, trifolds with slots in them. So as you went to the store or the bank and you'd go through your change, if you had, one of the quarters that you were missing, you could immediately throw it in the little trifold until you finished your collection. It was actually encouraged to take these quarters out of circulation. Are some of those still in circulation today? Yes, they are. I have 4 quarters here in the door of my truck, and 2 of them are state quarters. So, in American history, we have had currency seizing and things like that when we were taken off of the gold standard. Silver coins were outlawed and seized if you had them. They would give you a cash value for them. But if you fail to turn over your silver, you were punished. But through the courageous efforts of some persons in America, those coins from that era and before that era can still be found. They're fairly rare because of the seizing, but they're still around. What's going to happen to the paper dollar when America goes digital? And if you notice, I said when. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Well, for one thing, all paper dollars that are in the bank will be shipped back to the Federal Reserve for destruction. The money will be counted. A value will be assigned to them in the form of digital currency, and that will be forwarded back to the bank. And this happens every day when the life of a dollar bill becomes, limited. They get wore out, they're shoddy, and they're crumpled. They've been running through your pocket and the washing machine and everything else for weeks on end, and now they're at the end of their life. That dollar bill is taken to the Federal Mint and destroyed. But Americans and humans have an interesting take on these things because, we do collect money as a hobby. What happens when the dollar bill is no longer produced? Its value to collectors will go up exponentially. And I have a feeling that it will also go up in value as a currency because it will be stopped in its insane printing of these dollar bills. Right now, out of thin air, the Mint is just making gajillions and gajillions of dollar bills. When those presses stop rolling for the last time, when those plates that make the dollar bills are destroyed by the federal government to stop counterfeiting, when pallets and pallets of the specialized paper that America custom orders to make our dollar bills is destroyed to stop counterfeiting, what will happen to the value of that dollar bill in your pocket? Now, what's going to happen is you're going to go and you're going to unknowingly go to the Quickie Mart or the Stop and Rob, and you're going to get a Coke. And because that currency is still accepted, you're going to give up that dollar unwittingly to the cashier. And that cashier is then going to give it up to Brinks, and it's going to go to the bank, and it's going to go into a pallet in a vault, and it will be then shipped to the federal government to be destroyed. Slowly but surely, not only will we be stopping the production of money, which will inflate the value of the currency, the systematic destruction of the dollar bill and its increasing rarity will simultaneously inflate it even higher. What will end up happening is currency, the dollar bill, will be used as a bartering tool. You won't give it to the bank. You won't give it to commercial stores. You'll pay your plumber with it. You'll pay your lawn guy with it. You'll give it to your kids in their Christmas cards or birthday cards. And it will be taken to be redeemed, not at banks, because all banks are going to do is send it to the federal government and destroy it. It will be taken to pawn shops. It will be taken to collectible stores. It will be taken to places like U.S. Coins here in Houston that sell and deal in rare monies and metals. Because all that's going to happen is commercial stores and stuff like that, all they're going to give you is they're going to redeem it at face value. Whatever they deem as the digital congruence of that paper money. So the dollar will be roughly $1 in digital ish. But that dollar bill taken to a collector 5 years, say, after the dollar bill is seized and ceased its production, and its rarity has quadrupled, you can get $4 for it. What's going to happen whenever the digital currency happens, guys? Preppers are not going to like it. It's too trackable. Americans are not going to like it after they discover how trackable it is. America is definitely not going to like it when the federal government and the Department of Homeland Security starts locking out and seizing money, and it becomes public knowledge for jaywalking. Let's go, Brandon.